Hello everyone, we have breaking news developing right now. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton is at the center of a high-profile FBI investigation. Early this morning, around 7 a.m., FBI agents raided Bolton's home in Bethesda, Maryland. At almost the same time, agents also carried out a search of his office in Washington, D.C. This was not a routine visit. Officials confirm it was a court-authorized search warrant connected to a national security investigation into classified documents. According to multiple government sources, the FBI is investigating the possible unauthorized disclosure of classified information. The focus appears to be larger than just Bolton's 2020 memoir, which had previously sparked disputes with former President Donald Trump over claims that it contained sensitive details. For clarity, John Bolton has not been arrested and has not been charged with any crime. Officials say he is cooperating with investigators. Reports also confirm Bolton was not inside his Maryland home when the search began, though he was seen interacting with FBI agents at his Washington office. Soon after the raid began, FBI Director Kash Patel posted a statement on X, writing, "No one is above the law. FBI agents on mission." Attorney General Pam Bondi echoed those remarks, saying the Justice Department will, quote, "pursue justice wherever the evidence leads." This raid marks a stunning development in the already complex relationship between John Bolton and Donald Trump. Bolton, a longtime Republican figure, served as National Security Advisor during Trump's first term. But the two clashed publicly after Bolton's departure. Bolton became a fierce critic of Trump's foreign policy, particularly in relation to Russia, North Korea, and even the handling of the Taliban. Just days ago, Bolton made headlines for blasting Trump's recent summit with Vladimir Putin in Alaska, calling it a disaster before it even began, and accusing Trump of handing Putin an early victory. Trump responded angrily, calling Bolton a low-life and unpatriotic. And now, only days later, the FBI has executed a search warrant at Bolton's home and office. It's important to stress how significant this step is. The FBI cannot simply decide on its own to raid the home of a former national security advisor. A federal judge would have had to review evidence and approve the warrant. That means investigators convinced the court there was probable cause to believe classified documents or related evidence might be found at Bolton's properties. Officials point out that these kinds of cases take time. Agents will first secure and catalog all materials, then sort through them to determine what qualifies as classified or sensitive. That process could take weeks or even months before prosecutors decide whether to bring charges. This raid also raises broader political questions. Bolton is one of several former officials who clashed with Trump and later faced scrutiny. In recent months, reports suggested the Justice Department was also reviewing potential issues tied to former intelligence leaders like James Comey, John Brennan, and James Clapper. Critics of Trump argue this looks like political retribution, targeting officials who crossed him. Supporters of the raid insist the FBI is simply enforcing the law. And with FBI Director Patel stressing, "No one is above the law," the administration is presenting this as a straightforward matter of national security, not politics. For now, John Bolton remains free, under no arrest, but facing one of the most serious legal challenges of his long career. If investigators find evidence of mishandled classified material, this could move to a grand jury and possibly even criminal charges. But that process is far from certain. Meanwhile, the optics alone are explosive. A raid on Trump insider, who has since become a vocal Trump critic, will only fuel debate about how far this administration is willing to go in pursuing its rivals, and whether this is about national security or about settling political scores. This is a developing story, and we'll continue following it as new details emerge. John Bolton has not yet made a public statement, but we expect to hear from him or his attorneys soon. So what's your take? Drop a comment below.